High pressure is on the way, but first, a little bit more of those windy sou'westers. Hi, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks very much for joining us. Hope you had a great long weekend. Well, the weather forecast this week is getting better, but being spring, we've still got a cold front in there with a burst of wind and rain. However, compared to last week, it is looking warmer, drier, and more settled in comparison to last week. We still are in the peak of spring, so changeable weather is normal, but the good news is we're definitely looking at an uptick in high pressure as we go into November. So let's make sense of what is happening. We've put on the air pressure with the wind maps today, so you can see high pressure in yellow, low pressure down here in the purple colouring. So New Zealand's sort of on the edge of it at the moment, and it really is for the next couple more days. And when we're in between highs and lows, we tend to get a little bit of windy weather, but compared to last week, it won't be as windy. So we've got a bit of a southwest flow still going through across the country. Now on Wednesday, we do have a cold front. This is it here, attached to this storm which is well south of New Zealand. So we've got a burst of rain moving up the west coast, just a few showers for the western side of the North Island. Pretty much everyone's got the windier weather coming back again on Wednesday. It's been fairly calm for the last day or two. We've got the winds coming back, at least except for around the eastern side of the North Island where it is a lot more settled and sunnier as well, but colder down in the south. We do have another burst of colder southerlies coming back in again to Southland, so a little bit miserable for you on Wednesday. But here's the good news, it is not looking too long lasting. So by the time we get to Thursday, the high is getting closer to us. It's still a bit windy though around the country. It's not perfectly settled. There will be some calm areas, but windy areas just off to the coastal side of the west. In fact, the western side of both islands look a bit windy on Thursday, and we've still got colder air and some showers down around Southland, but most other places are dry. And in fact, for the next several days, most places are leaning drier than average, with exception of the west coast. That's the only area with normal rainfall. Southland, you're looking sort of normal to drier than normal, so I think you'll be happy with that, even with that colder change coming in around the middle of the week. But by the end of the week, by Friday, here's the change. The winds are fading away down in the south. The showers are fading away. It's still a little bit windy with the sou'westers blowing around the country on Friday, but the high, that is getting closer to us, which means as we go into the weekend, things are looking a lot more settled. In comes high pressure, the showers move away, and we've still got a little bit of a southerly breeze, but it's fading away in most places. In fact, you've still got a bit of a westerly breeze in the South Island. That's because the centre of the high is running just to our north. That actually encourages warmer, subtropical, west to northwest winds for you this weekend, and by Sunday more of the same. The high is rolling into the North Island. The anticyclonic flow means you've got subtropical breezes coming down, so even if it's a little bit windy around the South Island, it's that warm wind which most of you don't complain about. And in the north, you've still got a bit of a sou'wester coming in, but it's a warm one now because it's coming really out of the subtropics and turning around, and with high pressure rolling in, the winds will be getting lighter and lighter as we get in towards Sunday. And that high looks likely to linger a little bit into next week, and behind it, while there might be a little bit of a cold front in the middle of next week, there may well be another high coming in behind it. And normally in November, we do start to see an uptick in high pressure. So this should be the norm, and hopefully it is, because October was certainly an unsettled month. Hopefully now we get into a little bit more of a calmer, dry pattern for many of you. Although I do actually have to admit, some of you need more rain because we're in a bit of a deficit this year. So hopefully we can get a nice good rainmaker in November across the country, but a warm one as well. That's all from me. Enjoy the short week. We'll see you again on Wednesday.